What I knew from research was a totally different picture. So we really wanted to prove them wrong, as in them who had this negative view about the international classroom.
One of the big discussions has always been that Dutch students may be negatively affected by being in an international classroom. There was absolutely no proof for it.
We work at a university where the international classroom is part of the system, and there is a lot of data and information about that, so we also had the possibility to look into that. I do a lot of quantitative research. I'm used to working with big data sets. Your expertise is more in qualitative research, so that also complemented nicely that we could look at the question from the two different angles.
It's interesting to find out, purely based on data, whether students do well. But then obviously the next question is, why do they do well? Why does the international classroom work?
We had like a team of, I think we were 5 in total, and we had a few more junior researchers that helped us with the research. For the quantitative part, we know where students are from. We also know what grades they have and which courses take place parallel and which courses take place after each other. Because of all the information we have, we can really focus on, but what does a more or less international classroom add to their performance in the course?
And for the qualitative study, we basically did 2 things. The first was observing tutorial groups at work at 3 different faculties. And the other thing was also interviewing students and staff who were part of those tutorial groups.
We did not find any indication that the native students, in the case of Maastricht University, the Dutch students, are negatively influenced by that. They benefit similarly from it as other students from other backgrounds.
They see each other as individuals with a very layered identity, a sort of nuanced view on nationality and what it does and what it means. The national student or the international student doesn't really exist anymore.
We showed that this common language that we use here, being English, really contributed to the positive effect of the international classroom. Specifically when it was not only spoken during learning interactions, but also in breaks and before and after tutorials and just between students in general. Politics, they make a really big thing about the different nationalities, but in fact the people that experience it don't even see it that way. Yeah. I think that was, for me, the biggest eye-opener really of the results.
In a time at which people are sometimes afraid to mention differences between people because all kinds of conflicts that may come out of it, the students and staff within the classroom actually say, we should be able to bring up those differences because it will help us to learn. Bring in that diversity, not avoid it, but bring it in. Yes, some topics may be sensitive, but there are ways in which to bring them into the classroom.
I think you really need to be open, acknowledging that you have different backgrounds and fields of expertise, and acknowledging that it will make the whole thing better.
I think we both bring enthusiasm and a real interest in what is happening in the classroom.
I think it's also just about genuine interest in the other, as a person, as a researcher, as an expert. Together, bringing the research to a higher level. That's the kind of project that is just wonderful to do as a researcher.